Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Friday, which means it's time for Chibi Friday. Although it looks like my title is still Lucky Dip. Oh, whoopsie. Whatever, I'll fix it later. My title is wrong. Maybe I still have it copy pasted. Hold on. Let me see if this will work. Oh, wait, no. I think I can... Let me fix it. I typed it and everything, but I didn't actually put it in. Paste. Done. I updated everything else, but I forgot to actually update the title even though I typed it. Ooh, Exie, hello! How are you? Yay! I get to see you right today. Or right at the beginning today. Right today. Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. Welcome! Thank you for joining me. How are you? Did you have a good Friday? Oh good, it looks like my title updated too. Yay! Okay. Good, I got everything updated. Okay, so Chibi Friday means starting a new Chibi caricature because I finished my Chibi Chappy last time, which was a month ago. And so I have one more pet that I've never drawn a caricature of, and that is Aoife, my big dog, who we adopted last September. And so I've got my stuff ready to draw her, but this paper, when I pulled it out, for one, it's from the pad of paper that is just, like, as you can see, it's weirdly tilted. Like, it's straight up and down on the sides here, but it's like tilted a little bit. And on top of that, when I pulled it out, it was really stuck, so it got bent right here. So I'm just gonna trim that and also straighten up the edges so that it's a actual 90 degree, or is that 90? That's 90, right? Anyway, so that it's a good, nice square. Exie says, I'm alright and not late. Yeah, you are exactly on time today. Thank you for asking. You're welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm actually extremely happy because just like 10 minutes before I started streaming, my order of these vegan cheddar potato chips arrived. And these chips, I've seen them since last year online, and they sell out every time before I can order some. So this time they were there, and I ordered them. I ordered 8 bags. I mean, they're little individual bags like this size. Little single serving bags, but I finally got the vegan cheddar potato chips. And I just ate them right before this, so I'm really happy about that. Because what are they called? Like Ruffles? Those are my favorite potato chips. But then when I went vegan, I'm not going to eat them anymore. And so I was so excited when I found a vegan brand of similar kind of chips. But they're so popular, they sell it every time, so. Yay! I had a great snack right before this. So I'm feeling really good. There, I only had to cut 3 of the sides, and now it's a nice, might not be a square, one side might be longer, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter what size this is, it's just that it came in a square, and I want the corners to be nice and, what is this? This is a 90-degree angle, right? Yeah, because this is 180, and 360 is all the way around. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, let me put these in my recycle bin. These little paper scraps. Alright, and then I'll put the paper cutter somewhere else. My room is still a total mess, so I just am putting stuff wherever there is room. Oh, good! Exie says, I had a good Friday, actually. Did cleaning, tidying for my rooms. Got tired, but it's nice tiredness with a feeling of accomplishment. Yes! I know exactly what you're talking about. I love that feeling when you, I mean, it often happens with cleaning, and I think it's because, especially if you're cleaning your own place, like where you're living or where you're working, then it feels extra good because that's your place, and it's, I don't know, it's even better than, because I worked, my first job after I graduated high school was a janitor at a grocery store, and so I've worked doing a job just cleaning a place, but it's not the same feeling of satisfaction than cleaning your own stuff, and then you like work so hard and you're tired, but you're tired and like in this nice clean place now. I don't know. It's like you created your own place to rest, and the reason you need to rest is because you created the place. Okay, so I've got my picture of Aoife up. Beep, beep. There she is. I picked this one for one because it shows her silliness, because she's a really quiet dog and she has a face that looks like she's sad all the time. But I think this one helps show that she's like, she's also playful and kind of wacky. So I wanted to not just have her laying down or sleeping or something, because I wanted a little more active pose. And I picked this one because it's like the Chappie one, where it's me taking the picture from above and then they are on the ground. Okay, so I've got the lines for the big giant chibi head. Although I'm wondering, I think I'll actually scoot it over a little bit. So I'm going to erase it, because her ear needs to stick out and I don't want to worry about there not being enough room toward the edge. Oh, thank you. Exie says she is so cute as well. Thank you, thank you. She's such a sweet girl, and both dogs are back with us now. They were at basically puppy boarding school while we were on vacation in Japan, and so they got lots of training. And we still have to continue their training now that they're at home, because basically they learned the commands, but now they have to learn when it's appropriate to do things or when we want them to do things in the real world. And they just came back it was yesterday, because yesterday was Thursday. And I don't know, I was kind of worried that they'd be like different or something, or more somber, or I don't know, something after going to, they were in the training facility for 4 weeks. A little less than 4 weeks, so maybe like 3.5 weeks. But they were the same. They're the same puppies. And they still both just follow me around all day. Which I have to admit makes me feel really special to have the doggies just having someone just want to be with me all the time. Makes me feel really special. Okay, so I've got her head, and I'm gonna put this line to show the line where her eyes should be, and another smaller circle to indicate where her muzzle will be, and her nose. I'm going to get a sip of water real quick. I can't show it that well, but the shopdisney.com or whatever was having a sale. And so I got this as a birthday present to myself. A Captain Marvel corksicle insulated tumbler or whatever. It's pretty cool. I like it. It was kind of expensive, but it feels high quality, so I've been using it every day for all my drinks. And it matches my My Garmin is the Captain Marvel. You can't really tell on here, but it on the back side has a quote from the movie. So that's another reason I was like, oh, it'll match my Garmin too. Okay, so let's see. Her spine is sort of straight, but then comes up and curves around like that. So I'm having to move the body a little bit because since it's chibi proportions, the head kind of has to move as if it's not actually attached to a neck, or else like there's a neck that gets really long and short. Otherwise you can't really, like, most of her body would be hidden by her giant chibi head if I were to try to be really super accurate but still use chibi proportions. So that's what I'm doing here. It's exaggerating how long in order to make the head fit but still show the cute position of the body as well. Okay, so I've got the body, basic outline, and then the thigh here, and then it comes down into the next portion of the leg, and then her foot, like this. And something I love about dog feet that's different from, well, let's see. So this is this, I think. No, this is a hand though. But anyway, with even with a foot, a human foot, it doesn't quite do this same cute go in and then out. I think it does it a little bit actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But it's just not the same as with a dog. How cute it is. How it goes in a little bit. Just so little. Not a huge amount, but just in and then out. For almost like a mushroom shape. And I always think that's so cute. And it's kind of hard to capture it because it's really subtle. So over-exaggerating it kind of can ruin it. So I always think about that every time I draw a dog's foot. Okay, I got all her little toesies. Oh, and I'm using that same adorable Animal Crossing pencil that I got at the Nintendo store in Osaka. It's just so cute. I love this pencil, and the stars spin. Okay, foot's good, and so it goes all the way up, and then she's got a tiny bit of fluff on her butt. Not as much as my dog who passed away a long time ago, Kenshi. He had a big fluffy butt. He wasn't a fluffy dog, but he had a big fluffy neck and a big fluffy butt. Okay, so now I have to draw the other leg, because the leg on the bottom, because then I can use that as a reference point where the tail should go, because the tail is sort of connecting to that, like the heel part of the foot. And they're both coming out at both feet are coming up to about the same line up here. Okay, and I can only really see 2 toes from here. Alright, and then sort of almost pointy heel. And then it just gently curves back. So maybe I'm gonna have to make this part thicker. There we go. And there. In fact, I'll make this toe a little bit. Oh, wait, no, but... okay. I'm figuring it out. There we go. And then the toenails coming out. And the toenails on this side, too. Oop. There. That's why I like mechanical pencils for this kind of drawing, because it's always the same teeny tiny line. So I can always be able to draw a teeny tiny thing like Chibi dog toenails. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom in. I've got actually the same picture up on my phone right here-ish. So I'm zooming in on here so I can see better what's going on with the paw pads. So it's like there's a big one on each toe, but then there's also, you can see that main big one sticking out too. There. And I'm going to thicken that part up too. Maybe bring this down. There. This will be thicker. Alright, that's good. Okay, zoom back out. And do the tail. So it really is like perfectly reaching down to this heel right here. And then sort of comes up like that. Okay. Okay, zoom out some more. Let's do the front feet. Okay, there's kind of a triangle shape for this, the upper arm that's against the body. And then it pops out. Okay, I gotta zoom out to see what it is compared to the bottom page. So it pops out even higher up than the feet down here. So we'll do it like maybe about right there. And then there's like an angle right here. And then it comes up. It's like a subtle, this shape. Concave? Yeah, slightly concave. And comes down into the toes. And you can see the tiny little nails. Okay, now I'm gonna zoom way in on those front paws to see the paw pads. They're like, this one's like a triangle shape. And there's this one, and then you can definitely see the big one, and then there's yet another one like right here. I kind of want to, I'm going to see if I can, oh no. Aoife is sleeping right under my table over here. I was going to see if I could see her back feet, because I feel like I might be seeing another paw pad here on the back foot too, but I can't tell if it is one or if it's just a shadow, so I think I'll just not worry about it. I won't worry about drawing it. Okay. This front foot, or the topmost foot, is done. And it's a lot easier to draw the second one because it's just like almost exactly the same but behind. Like that. There. Easy. Okay. Now for the overall curve of her underside, which is mostly there already. I'm just doing a little bit of lines to indicate how her fur comes to a point like midway down her stomach, like right after her rib cage. Comes to a little point. And there's a little hair going like this across the belly. There. There. Okay, now let's zoom in on her head. Okay, let's see. So the head is slightly angled this way. But she actually has a slightly crooked muzzle. So I think that might be why it looks like for her muzzle it's straight on. The nose looks straight on. In fact, no, I better not. Wondering if I should turn it a different way to get the best angle for my wrist, but then it looks weird compared to the reference photo, so I think I won't. Okay, got the overall shape for her nose. It's really dark in the photo, so I can't really see the details on the nose that well. Like, I know what some things should be like anatomically, just because I've lived with dogs so long and drawn a lot of dogs. But as for what I can actually see in the picture, there's not very much. Okay, that's probably good enough, though. And then comes down, and then here's her front lip, and comes down like this. Oh, thank you. Exie says, good enough to my eyes. Yay. Yeah, since it's a chibi, that's probably close enough. I like adding natural elements based on reference, but I'm not a photorealistic artist. I can do it if I really want to. Like, we had to do such projects in some of my classes and stuff, but there's not that much interest for me in doing that kind of thing. Like, it's a cool exercise, it's cool that it can be done, but that's not the kind of thing that I feel like I did something special. Or like something only I can do, or something like that. I don't know. But with chibis, I feel pretty good about my chibis. I feel like I have a different way of doing them than a lot of other chibis. Not that there's anything wrong with other chibis. I love chibis of all kinds. But as for drawing them, that's different. Oh, Aoife must be having a dream. She's scrawling in her sleep. I'm gonna take another drink of water here. So, Exie, anything cool going on with you recently? Any new projects? Oh, what was your word for today? For your Instagram project? Let's see. So her eyes, especially the topmost eye, is like a huge... It's almost like a chibi eye on its own, like just naturally, because it's just a big round circle. she's looking slightly down. I think that's when Aoife is the cutest, is when she's so excited and playful that you can see the whites of her eyes, because she really does, like, she opens her eyelids as far as they can and they're just like surrounded by white because she's so excited. Pupil. I'm gonna make it nice and big because it is in the original photo too, just huge. She's activated. And then there's even black around the eyes, like pretty much all dogs have like I think of it as like protective skin, because it's always that thick leathery skin, so I feel like it's got to be meant or evolved to be some sort of protection. She looks kind of deranged. It'll be better once it's colored and has some white highlights on it. I think the same thing happened with the Chappy Chibi. Oh, you did a sentence today. Mistakes happen, learn from them. Yeah. And I made a mistake on today's date on the post as an Easter egg. That's funny. Someone would be looking really close if they noticed. Like, oh wow, it's true. Mistakes do happen. Ooh, but if you did it on purpose, is that a mistake though? It's tricksy. Mistakes happen. It's true. And they're not even, like, mistakes aren't even necessarily a bad thing, because there were a few times when I was in Japan and I just could not communicate, even though I had been doing so well other times communicating in Japanese to people, and then there were this couple times and I was like, oh, I can't find the way to explain what I am trying to say, or whatever, but it's like it wasn't like the end of the world. It was a learning experience, and I feel even more confident now because I've had that experience. If I didn't have that experience, I don't think I would have learned anything. I mean, I would have learned a few things, but those were definitely the most like, oh, that's what that was. Even if it was long after the fact, or like I thought like days later, I was like, oh, I could have done this. It doesn't change the situation as it happened, but it means that next time that something like that happens, I'll do better. So yeah, I like that. That's a good sentence. It's a good way of thinking. Oh, we're getting there. She's a very wrinkly girl, so it takes a little while. Oh, we've got plenty of time, though. We're only halfway through the streaming window. Yeah. For some reason, I'm so thirsty today. I need to get another drink of water. What am I at on my water drinking? I'm going to look real quick. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense then. I've only had 16 ounces of water so far today, so that's probably why. That's probably why I'm thirsty. Okay, and the face just comes around like this. And then her muzzle is coming out from the face over here. She looks deranged. She looks deranged. Okay, so this ear, I'm just going to mark it with a line for a second. And then this one's kind of like this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And this one has a little fluffy bit right here. And then a little curve. And then another curve coming out like that. Typical floppy dog ears. Or floppy dog? Floppy dog ears. I guess she is a floppy dog. But I was intending the floppy to be applied to ears and not to dog. It's actually, because she's moving around in this photo, actually, it's just a capture from a moment of her rolling around. Her ear is a little motion blur on it. Oh, I see. I made this a little bit too long. Bring that back in. Try again. This curves down and then the tip should just be right here. There we go. There we go. That's better. And then the underside is all visible because it's folded over. There. And it's quite dark inside, so I'm not going to try to draw too much in there. Maybe just indicate the shape of the shadow that I'm seeing. Yeah, there, that's good. Okay, and then there's not enough room in between here to get all the wrinkles because her eyes are giant and taking up more room than they actually do. So I'm just going to do one wrinkle right there. Okay, and then she's got all of these jowl things. What was it called? Oh, dewlap. Her dewlaps are all scrunched up here. So now I'm going to draw those, which is really fun and cute to draw all of these puppy chins, I guess. But I think I'll end there because, or maybe I'll just draw one out over here, not all the way as far up as what I'm actually seeing it. Just because the body is, I don't want it to get completely covered in dewlaps. Clean this up a little bit confusing right here. Aw, adding the ear made it look a little less deranged and a little more cute. Okay, I think just no, there's still a little bit I can add on the muzzle. I just realized just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, then just her other ear, which always sticks up like that when she's rolling around because I assume when she was in the car accident before we adopted her, she has a lot of damage on this side as well. Like her whole arm had to be reconstructed and have a plate in it and stuff, and so I assume that her ear is cut off on that side because she lost it in the car accident too. I mean, nobody knows exactly what happened, but she was hit by a car or something. And then they found her and they saved her. And several months later, we found her and adopted her. So she always has a interesting lopsided look. Oh, yeah. I didn't even know dewlap is a word. Thank you for letting me learn. Yeah. I didn't know either until like a couple months ago. When was I looking it up? I don't remember what I was looking it up for. But it applies to humans as well. So anyone with like a double chin or anything like that is a dewlap as well. And like with cows, where there's that big thing. You know, like some cows have that really big thing, and it's a dewlap coming off of their chin and down their chest. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, me too. I'm sorry to hear that. Glad she's in a warm house now. Yep. She is such a sweetie from the very first time. So we met Chappie first, and then we wanted to adopt 2 dogs. And so we were like, well, let's see if Aoife, because Aoife was on the list of dogs they recommended we asked for recommendations for dogs that had good interactions with cats before, because we still have Kiki, and we didn't want to put Kiki in any danger or something with a new dog. Kiki being our cat. And then it like worked out. Like Chappie, they weren't like best friends right away, but they got along, and we were like, oh yay, thank goodness we could get both Aoife and Chappie. So we only met 2 dogs when we went to the animal sanctuary, and it was Chappie and Aoife, and we didn't meet any other dogs. We just met them and we're like, yes, perfect. I think that would have happened probably no matter which dog that we met, though, because all the animals are so wonderful, even with their different personalities. If you heard some tip-taps on the floor just now, that was Chappie getting up and, I don't know, what were you doing, Chappie? I don't know, she got up and then she laid right back down in her bed, so. Okay, I think I'm done with the pencil. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the ink work, but I'll definitely start it. So here's a little, see if the camera wants to focus. Come on, camera. There. Here's the pencil work. Chibi Aoife. So now, thank you, camera. I love it when my camera auto does stuff. It doesn't always do it. Okay, I'm pulling my pens toward me. I love this pen holder thing that I got at the Inktober retreat. Because it organizes these so well. But once I got home and I have the angled desk, I always have to put it like sideways. I can't use it like this anymore because it tips forward. Well, they'll just be right behind the picture of Aoife. Okay, I'm going to scoot over a little bit. There. Because I need room for my hand to be... Okay, so... what size do I want to start with? A basic size? Maybe a 3. I think 3 is a good one for inking the whole drawing. Where do I want to start? Guess I'll start from her head. Although, looking at it, hold on. I'm going to redraw her ear. Because it looks squished. Looks squished in. Even after I redrew it, but I'm going to redraw it again. So I took a second break from looking at this, and then I realized that her head wasn't quite as round as it should be. So it should be round out like this. Oh, that's way better. Now drawing the ear on the, starting from the outside of this roundy looking part. Yeah, listen to my wonderful educated vocabulary. The roundy looking part. You can tell that I'm much better with the written word than speaking. With speaking, I can just get across what my idea is. With writing, I can do it with more finesse. Okay, let's draw this ear again. So it's got the little tiny fluff right here, and then the first little bump, and then the second one. It comes down and sort of curves in, almost like a flag waving. And then this curving up tip does not come out too far. Don't come out too far. And then bring it back and up to that fluffy bit. Alright, and then these can go into the roundy part of the head. Ah, this is much better. Much better. There we go. And then there's like a fold of skin here and here. I think that's better. It's still bugging me a little bit, but I don't want to take forever perfecting it, so I can always just draw another one, so let's don't get too obsessed with making it perfect. Ah, that's definitely better though than what it was. Actually, I see what it is. I see what's bothering me. Now that I turned it this way, I mean, it should be different because she's looking up, and so all of her skin's going to be flopping down because of gravity. But I drew this ear way smaller than this one, even though this is the ear that's completely intact. Okay, I'm going to draw it again. Oh, Satuito. Hi! Yeah, I wasn't sure what to do because you were still here, but I was like, I gotta start, so. What kind of drink did you get? A strawberry Dr. Pepper? Those are the best ones. That's why they're almost gone, because they're the best. Strawberry Dr. Pepper. Okay, I'm gonna draw it from this angle. Just like I was thinking before of turning it, because it's hard, or it's not hard, it's easy to draw it a way that doesn't actually look quite right when it's at an odd angle. Okay, here's the roundness of the head. Now we're going to attach the ear. Maybe if I turn my phone, because I don't have auto rotate on, so, oh, excellent. Haha. See, I've got her like this now. Oh yeah, Strawberry Dr. Pepper's the best. Did you have one before? Oh. Oh yeah, you could have had a Santa beer. We haven't been having them because we've been trying to watch our calories, and they're not 0 calories, so. But maybe, I can't remember what I'm having for dinner tonight, so maybe I'll have a Santa beer tonight with dinner. Okay, so this, now that I've turned her this way, I can actually look and mark off about where the ear should be starting based on this side. bottom should be about here. Yeah, actually. Here. Make it even further down. Mm-hmm. All right, I think this is gonna work out much better. Okay, there's those fluffies. I'm drawing the fluffies again. Then the first bump. You needed calories. But you can go get one if you want. As long as you drink them. As long as you drink the strawberry Dr. Pepper and the Santa beer. Okay, and this. Okay, this is better. This is better. Third time's the charm. That's what they say. It's not always true, but it's true enough. Sometimes you just gotta do something several times to finally get it to click. I think that's what the point of the saying is. Not so much that, oh, you definitely have to do it 3 times. Like, it's lucky, but that it's, you, sometimes once or twice just isn't enough. And then there's the inside, and it comes out like this and comes back in. Oh, so much better! Yay! So much better. I said I wasn't gonna do it, and then I did draw it again anyway. It's still not perfect, so it's still not that I am trying to make it perfection, but it was really, really off. It was really off. It was off enough that the chibi weird proportions wouldn't have masked it or disguised it or whatever, I think. Of course, it's all subjective. Maybe nobody else would have noticed, but I would have noticed. Now I'm adjusting her wrinkles to match the new ear. Yeah, that's why they say the phone number 3 times on the infomercials. Man, some of those infomercials just say it so many times that I'm like, I am specifically not going to call that number because it's so annoying that you said it so many times. It's fine. Oh, a little eraser bit. Get out of here. And then one last fluffy wrinkle coming out the back. Ha ha! Okay. Ah, so much better. Yes. Okay. only 10 minutes left, so I'll probably do more inking next time, but I'll start with the O3 and see where I can get. Oh, okay. Exley says, thank you for the stream and the art. I think it's time for me to go to bed. Yeah, it's super late there. I won't forget. It's so late where you are. Have a nice rest of this stream and weekend. Yes, you too. It was great to see you this week. I hope I'll see you next week. Sweet dreams. I'm going to start inking on the ear that I redrew so many times. It's like, it is now cemented, and I can't mess with it anymore, no matter what. Until I scan this in, and then I can mess with it on Photoshop. Nah, I won't mess with it in Photoshop. So even though you can edit things after a piece is completely done, it's actually not that easy. And sometimes it's just as much work as just redrawing and drawing a whole new chibi. My lines are pretty confusing right here, actually, so hopefully I can ink this well. So I'm confusing what everything is supposed to be here. That's probably good enough. Aoife's snorting in her sleep again, and her feet are going beep, beep, beep. Even though I've got the lines drawn here, I'm still looking at the reference image to help me make sure that that what I think my sketch is meant to do is what I did mean to do. I don't know if that makes any sense. I think I just said something confusing, but because it's sketchy, so by the time I'm done with the sketch, I might have forgotten something. All right, that. And her little nosy. There's about 5 minutes left, so I might not even get the inking done with this pen. That's okay. Doing lots of little boop, 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 boop lines to show the areas where you can see the texture in her fur. Like the top of her head looks very smooth. You can't really see any fur texture there. I gotta switch my reference image. There we go. I still had it on its side from before. Oh yeah, maybe I can get this done in the next 4 minutes because the body is tiny compared to the head. Or heck, I'm so close to done that I think I will just keep streaming until I finish this drawing with the 03 pen. Even if I go a minute or two over, it's just so close to done. There. I think that's good for part 1. Ah, exactly. We're in the countdown of the last 30 seconds before my 60 minutes of streaming is reached. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm holding it weird. Let me get this focused. Okay. Here is the first, the most basic layer of inking to end part 1 of the Aoife Chibi. Yeah, not bad. I'll probably refine the shapes around her eyes when I add more ink after I erase all of the pencil away. So they're a little shaky, but there's plenty that I can still do to make them more smooth and even. Yes, thank you, camera, for focusing back down at the down level. Okay, so that's it for today and for this week. Yay! I'm only 4 minutes after my time that I usually try to finish by 16:30. So 4 minutes over here. Good job, me. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.